Welcome back, everyone, to the final edition of the Countdown to Kickoff show for this NFL season. We've got that little game on Sunday in Glendale, Arizona. New England taking on Seattle. Hi, everyone. Al DeMarco here, along with Brandon Lang. And in today's show, we're going to get to some of our favorite prop bets in the big game. And Brandon, of course, you and I both cashed in Championship Sunday. I needed a hell of a lot more luck because I had a monster two-team teaser on the Patriots in Seattle, and I just still would like to thank the Green Bay Packers for that gift from God. You had it far easier cashing with another monster play on the Patriots, of course, 2 Sundays ago.
Yeah, it was funny. I was looking at the Seattle Green Bay game, and something just told me that game was going to be a little fishy. Something told me that there was going to be some crazy stuff going on in that ball game. For me, I just like the value was with New England. You know, 150 dime winner, number 8 in a row with Ohio State in the national championship game, set the table for number 9 in a row on Sunday, and having beaten the Colts 3 times prior by 21, 23, and again by 35, I just felt it's more of a matchup problem and a personnel problem than anything else. Until Indy adds some new players, they're going to continue to get beat on. So it was a good, rock-solid win. I did think about teasing it. I really did. But for me, I loved New England that much as 150 dimer number 9 in a row. So for me, it's a matter, is the Super Bowl going to be 150 dimer number 10 in a row, or are we going to go max wager 200 dimer? So, but again, the teaser was rock solid. Did need some luck, but as we always say, Al, better to be lucky than good.
Absolutely. That's the bottom line. As long as you cash the winning ticket, they don't ask you how you cashed the winning ticket. They just pay you out no matter what. Now, of course, one of the reasons you got the movie about your life as a professional handicapper made 2 for the money starring Matthew McConaughey and Al Pacino was because of your Super Bowl success. I'm not here to pat you on the back, but the fact is the fact. What is the record now in the years you've had a Super Bowl release during your career?
19-3-2, and 2 of the 3 losses are with buying the hype of Peyton Manning, once against the New Orleans Saints, of course, last year against the Seattle Seahawks. Just the wrong side of the game, no doubt about it. Wrong side with Denver and wrong side with Indy over the Saints. Now, the Pittsburgh-Green Bay Super Bowl that I lost, I'll go to my grave saying Pittsburgh plus 3.5 was the right side. If people remember that game, 5 minutes to go, Green Bay's up 3, backed on their own 19-yard line, 3rd and 11. They throw to slant to Jennings, and if they tackle him right there, it's 1st and 10 at the 31. Now they probably run out the clock or pick up 2 more first downs, but they don't tackle him. Polamalu and Ike Taylor miss him. He squirts up to the 45. Then they run Starks for 15 yards, and that led to them getting down inside the 10-yard line and kicking the covering field goal with just under a minute. So right side of the game, that one was a tough one, but wrong side with Peyton Manning twice. So I feel like we got the right side this year. My wife says I'm more at peace this year than she's seen in any other, and that's a good sign because when I'm not struggling with the game, I'm usually spot on, right on the money. So I got a pretty good feel for this one and looking forward to releasing it.
Hey, 19-3-2. You can live with that winning percentage.
Yeah, I can live
now,
with that
of course,
too.
It's interesting how this game opened up. They opened it in Vegas, Seattle, about 1.5. It is now an interesting line here. Seattle, most places it's pretty much pick 'em. And I would suspect that it's going to stay right around pick 'em, or maybe some of the public money rolling in on New England, perhaps, only because it's Tom Brady, or I don't know. I mean, I could see money rolling in late on Seattle, too, because of the defending champion, the Legion of Boom, blah, blah, blah. You know, it plays all into that. And we, of course, are recording this video on a Tuesday, so we haven't gotten the traditional Super Bowl hype. And that's where I think really affects the public, all the BS that they're going to hear over the next 3 or 4 days leading up to the game.
Yeah, reports out of Vegas as of this morning is the money on New England right now is 3-1. So they're getting a lot of New England money. The line came out at halftime of New England's blowout of the Colts. So people were jumping on New England. That's what moved the line. And as you said, it is settled. But most of your big wagers have come in on New England and have come in on the under so far. But as you said, the hype of media day, Sherman's injury, as those, of course, get more reported, we'll have a better idea what that number, does it pop up to 2? Does it come back to a pick 'em? It'll be interesting to see. But the base core of the number, 1 and 48.5, I think will hold pretty steady.
And to me, I could care less. You know, as a gambler, as a handicapper, I could care less. If it's not 3 or above, It's a pick'em game. That's it. Nobody's going to win this game 24-23, 27-25. It's a field goal game one way or another. I really do believe that. But, of course, the other thing that you have to always realize with the Super Bowl betting is that props have become so big and such a part of the gambling fabric over the last decade, but especially in the last 5 or 6 years, where you have over 30% of the handle here in Vegas just going on the prop plays. It's just phenomenal how people are interested. I know in all the dozens and dozens of radio interviews you do, people want to talk about your favorite prop plays just as much as they want to talk about the side selection.
Yeah, it's true. First prop bet for me is I always like to start off with a fun one, and that's the coin toss, because everybody's around the TV. Everybody's been eating and drinking. Put a little $100 on the coin toss. That coin goes up in the air. You get the whole room involved in it. Last year I went heads and got beat. So this year I'm going to say tails never fails. Let's lay minus 105 with tails and see how we do out of the box. What's your first one?
I will always take heads, by the way, because in sixth grade, my sixth grade teacher, Scott Hillman, he made us all flip a coin 100 times, and everybody just about in the class came out heads. Years later, there was somebody at Stanford that did a non-scientific study on this, and they found that heads, for some bizarre reason, came out more. So I'll go the opposite way and take heads. For me, for years, I used to always look at how long the national anthem, one of those novelty plays, would be. Now, the opera singer last year definitely screwed me. That one I was wrong.
Oh, my God, me too.
Rhonda Fleming. I mean, I'd won 6 straight national anthem over-unders. Idina Menzel is singing this one. And I think it's an underplay because Idina Menzel, she has the kind of strange singing style and interesting voice, but she is not one of these people that just drags out the notes. She ain't Mariah Carey here. I think she's going to power right through it, just like Rhonda Fleming did last year, and it stays under.
Okay, now for me, if the first score of the game is a safety or a touchdown, pretty good value at plus 145. I'm going to hook that one up with the fact that if there's a field goal longer than 33 yards, yes is plus 140. So if that first score of the game is a touchdown or safety, you're getting plus 145. Let's back that up on the other side with the fact that I do feel as good as both of these defenses are, and as good as these defenses match up with their respective offenses, and as good as they are in the red zone, I think we're going to definitely see a field goal longer than 33 yards, especially with the legs that both these guys and the range that both these guys have. I think plus 145 on something like that's fantastic value.
I agree with you wholeheartedly because I think the red zone is going to be the nemesis for both of these teams this week. And I think that that's an easy one. That was one of my favorite props as well. So I'm with you on that one. We've got lots of props here to go over, but good time to remind everybody, you can get Brandon's Super Bowl winner. Again, 19-3-2 lifetime. You can get my best bet as well in the Super Bowl and the best bets of all the handicappers at the site absolutely free, no strings attached, by using the one-day free all-access pass trial. And Brandon, if you haven't used it at this point of the season and you just happen to be coming to the sites at this time of the season, what better time to cash in your winning chip to get the biggest play of the entire year for free, no strings attached?
And I'll tell people right now watching this video, if you wait till Sunday, you're going to get all 12 best bets of my entire website for free. It's over a $1,200 value, absolutely free. And you'll get the most sought after selection in this industry. My Super Bowl pick that I am confident when it's all said and done, come Sunday evening, we will be 23-2. And once again, 20 of 23 Super Bowls, I will have handed people the Super Bowl winner.
Yes, absolutely. Just go to the top of the page, click on the one-day free all-access pass. It really is that simple. And free means free, guys. And we do this because it's a great way to pull back the curtain, to let you see how we're analyzing games on a daily basis, and what better game to get than the biggest one in any sport of the entire year. And again, it's free, the one-day free all-access pass over on the site at the top of the page. Brandon, I stay away from a lot of the funny novelty type of props. I stay away from a lot of the team props, and I like to look at some of the individual players. And to me, one of my top ones is Tom Brady, total passing yards, 265.5 yards. I like the under in here at minus 115 because I do not see him putting 300 yards up on the board. Hell, if he throws for 260, 265, I still win. I just don't see that happening.
No, I think both these teams, with as opportunistic as these defenses are, they've got to be smart enough to want to run the football. They just have to be, because you can't, against both these pass rushes, you can't drop back and throw the ball 40 times a game. And if Tom does throw the ball, they don't have a deep down the field threat. It's the dink and dunk, the underneath stuff, get the ball out of his hands quick, because he's not mobile in the pocket. Now, Seattle's going to jump those routes, as we know. So look for New England to do things creative to get their receivers some separation. But in a defensive-minded game where field position's so critical, I agree. I love that. I didn't look up the number. When you said Tom Brady passing yards, in my mind, I said about 230. You said it was 265. I was like, my God, I definitely love that play. Let me tell you something. Both these teams will come out feeling each other out. I don't see a score in the first 3.5 minutes, and the no score in the first 3.5 minutes is plus 130. I think that's incredible value again of two teams. I could see both teams coming out, pick up one first down, punt, 2 running plays. You're past 3.5 minutes right there. That's how fast the clock moves. I think Vegas missed it on that one with no score in the first 3.5 minutes, plus 130.
Yeah, I always equate the big games like this, the marquee matchups, kind of like a boxing match where both guys come out in the first ring, they just size up each other. And I agree, for 3 minutes, ain't nobody scoring in this game unless it's a kickoff return or something bizarre like that. Here's another one with Tom Brady. Pass attempts. The over-under is 37.5. And I just have a feeling that the Patriots are going to try to establish the run here, which will keep the pressure off of Brady. I don't see him throwing more than 37 passes in this game. So I don't like it as much as the under in the passing yards, but I do like the under in the pass attempts.
Well, staying along that same lines, Russell Wilson's pass yards, 220. And I just don't see Seattle's receiving core running loose on that Patriots secondary when T.Y. Hilton, Reggie Wayne, Fleener, they couldn't get open on those guys. Granted, I know the game was in Foxborough, and I know they kind of got some pass rush onto Andrew Luck, but there was really no separation. And we all know Russell Wilson does about more damage with his legs than he does his arm in moving the chain. So I think I think both quarterbacks, you're under 265, mine under 220, rock solid. And I do feel that both defenses, again, match up so well. My last prop bet on the board is if the first half ends in a tie, it's 16-1. I could see a 7-7, a 10-10, a 6-6. I have no problem rolling the dice getting 16-1 on a first half tie, because just to conclude our prop bet segment, Vegas puts the game at a pick'em. They're telling you it's going to be a close game. We have no clue. It wouldn't surprise me if this game went to overtime. Just like every Patriots Super Bowl, if you look at their 5 Super Bowls, every game's been close. The field goal by Vinatieri, the overtime against Carolina, the backdoor touchdown by Philadelphia, and the 2 losses to the Giants by 4 and by 3. So all the games are right there. 16-1 for a tie. I'll roll the dice in the first half.
Okay, my last one would be actually based on the running back for the Patriots, LeGarrette Blount, who was just a beast against the Colts. I look at the 2 numbers for him. Over-under for total rushing yards, 62.5. I like the over. And then in total rushing attempts, 14.5. This might be the gift from God. They are going to give him more than 14.5 carries, and minus 120.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I
That's
just
a good
don't
one.
think
I like that.
Yeah, because if the Patriots don't establish the run, Brady could have a long, long day here. But listen, guys, again, you can get all the prop plays from all the handicappers. My Best Bet, Brandon's award-winning Super Bowl selection for free. Just check it out on the site. The one-day free all-access pass. And Brandon, it's been a good season. We will probably come back and do some type of show here for March Madness in a month and a half or so, because it's just around the corner. It's like the Super Bowl ends and then boom, basketball, you're here. But it's been a good season, and of course we'll be joining you next year here on the Countdown to Kickoff show as well.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you and I both are we love football. We love handicapping football. But if you get us in a bar and you want to sit down and have a conversation, we're basketball junkies too. And I think you and I both have always almost handicapping football comes pretty easy for us. But we love the college basketball every night, breaking it down. We love that as well. So I think we'll have some fun shows during March Madness. And once the Super Bowl is over, it's all about handicapping basketball. And that's kind of where we thrive.
Okay, guys, that'll do it for this year's edition, the final one of the Countdown to Kickoff show. And remember, you can catch my daily video report along with Brandon's and Trace Adams each and every day over at the website. So we'll see you in a few weeks when March Madness rolls around. For Brandon Lang, I'm Al DeMarco. Take care, everybody.